2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.7. It's the limited version. The alternator went out and I'm replacing it. I'm halfway through it and I figured I'd make a video on how I got to this point to help myself out and to help anybody else out in the future. Okay, so first thing you gotta do is take out the air cleaner. This is a top portion right here. There's the clips on the side from the bottom portion. Hit those clips in order to loosen up the top portion right here. Then you can pull this off and this off. There's the flathead screwdriver. You need to loosen that up to disconnect it from this part of the air cleaner, which normally sits across right here. You need to do that, and then you need to pull out the bottom portion right here. The bottom portion is held with this little screw right here, the little bolt. That's a 5/16 bolt, aka 8mm. You need to pull that out, and in order to pull that out, you need to get this thing out of the way because it rubs up against here when you're trying to pull it out, and that's just held in place with this right here and that right there, that bolt over there. This is like a 10mm. No, this is a 10mm, and this is the 8mm or 5/16. This is a like 3/8, I guess, or something like that. So that and that is the same thing. You're gonna need an extension bar in order to get to it. So yeah, you gotta move this out of the way so you can get this out. Well, not to get this out, but in order to get that out right there. So you need to get that out of the way so you can get access to this right here. It gives you access to the alternator. Then you can go ahead and disconnect the clip right here, the electrical connector from right here, and there's this bolt right here. That's a 13mm bolt right there, and you need a ratcheting wrench or a low profile stubby wrench in order to get to it, because otherwise if the ratchet is too thick, if the profile on the ratchet is too thick, it'll hit. So this is what I'm talking about. You need this little small one to be able to get in here. Otherwise, you don't have enough room. And then, so once you do that, then you can remove this piece right here, which connected to this. You already got this side off. The next side would be, it connects in over here with this part right here, and so you just need to loosen this up right here with the flathead as well. And then the bottom part right here sits on this, and then so you just slide it out this way, and then you can move it up over there. So once you do that, then and you move this and move it out the way, then it'll give you access to the tensioner pulley right here. And your wrench needs to be a little long in order to slide in there and get into that. You see, I was trying with a shorter wrench, and it just so you can get a shorter wrench in there, but it doesn't give you a lot of room to pull on it, because you're gonna need to pull on this to loosen up the belt right here. And it's really strong, it's really tight. If this thing is any good, then it's got to be really tight. So unless you're really strong, I got this one right here. And see, this is not a ratcheting wrench, this is a regular breaker bar, because I don't know, I just felt like the tension I was putting on it would have broke my ratchet. So that's why I got the breaker bar, and it just makes it so much easier to tug on it. So you tug on it right here, and it gives you access at the same time while you're tugging on it to remove the belt from right here. So you slide the belt off from right there, once you slide that belt off, then the alternator is held in place with 3 bolts. You got a top bolt right over here, 1, and then the bottom bolt right on the bottom, like directly towards the bottom of that. These 2 bolts are the same size. I believe it's a 15 millimeter socket that you need. And then there's a 3rd bolt right over here, right in the middle. And you loosen, this is where I'm at now, and you loosen that bolt up right there. And this is like a 12 millimeter. So this is where I'm at now. These are the 3 bolts that hold the alternator in place. So this is the bottom one, this right here is the middle one, and this is the top one. So there's the new alternator. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the top one on first in order to hold it in place. And then once I have it hold it in place, then I could probably get the shorter one in on the bottom, and then I'll go ahead and put the middle one on in order to get that back on. I got all 3 bolts in place and tightened up. First I made them hand tight, and then once they were all in place, then I went ahead with the ratchet to tighten it up all the way. So now I can go ahead and put this on. I'm going to put that back, and then next could put this on right here, but I have the nut in the way. So there's a little short stubby one. There's a belt tensioner with this thing hooked up to it. I'm holding on to the belt right here, and I'm gonna pull it onto the pulley right here. And in order to get it over, I gotta tug on this thing right here. But I can't, since I only have 2 hands, I can't film it. So yeah, this is where I'm at. So mission successful. The new alternator is now on. Alright, so now I'm going to take this and put everything back together. So I'll start with putting this piece back on, and then I'll put this on, and then this, and then that, I guess. There is this little piece right here, right, and this piece right here. So that pointy part goes in right there, and then that piece right there slides onto that, and then this bolt hole aligns to that, and then you got this thing right here. You want to make sure that's pushed in all the way, so to give you room. So then once you have it all lined up, then you can go ahead and drop this in here. This is a 5/16 or 8 millimeter. Alright, so once you get that put, then you can go ahead and grab your air filter. your oil filter in place. And then this thing just has these, line that up right there. So once you got that and that put back on, that and that tightened up, then you can go ahead and put this back on. There's a little connector that goes here. I'm gonna go ahead and hook that up. Twist this. Then we can go ahead and line this up right here. I forgot. We're gonna want to hook this thing back up. This hooks up to right here. So there you go, there's that hooked up. Then you can go ahead. And so there's the part right here. So we just hooked up. Line that up. Line it up over here. And then also line it up over here. Alright, so once you wiggle everything on, there's that, and there's that. Then all you gotta do is get your little flathead and tighten it up. I didn't loosen this side up over here because I wanted to keep it attached, but let me tighten that up just in case. And then there's this two right here. Tight. And tighten this one up over here. Now that's put together, and the final step I forgot to mention, but you're supposed to disconnect your battery. So let me go ahead and reconnect that. All right, and then tighten that up with I think it's a 10mm, and then we are done. Alternator replaced.